Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm back. I've been down with a cold for 3 days. It was awful. So I hope everybody else out there is feeling well, doing well. And if you have been going through anything like I've been going through, I hope you are recovering quickly. Okay, you need to be well out here. Okay, we need to be ready. But you know what? I used those 3 days to recuperate, to really rest, to reset. Yeah, I used those 3 days to reset. Just get healthy even the more. Drink my water, okay? Eat my veggies, build that body back up. And I couldn't wait to get back here. I was so disappointed because I was, had my schedule, clear and ready. Child, those 3 days. I was down, down. Okay, couldn't do nothing. But I'm so excited to be back. So, I have our spread, everything before us. I did this thing called I arranged the cards in a way it's called an egg spread, where it shows and focuses on the shell, which is what you're protecting and what's protecting you. And then we have the white, or the environment, of the egg, the white part of the egg, the environment, what's going on around you. Let's see my little book. The white is the environment, the outside, the influences, the resources, the support system, what's currently surrounding your situation. Then we have the yolk, which is the core, the heart, the central theme, the seed, or true desires that are incubating within you. And then number 4 is the incubation time, or the next steps, what you should actively be doing. What you should actively be doing right now to nurture this idea, okay, this seed, this true desire that's incubated with you. And 5 is the crack, or the impending change, a challenge, a revelation, or a shift you will soon experience when the egg or the new idea opens. Okay, and then 6 is the hatching, the outcome, the ultimate results of your development once it enters the physical realm or world, like what it's going to look like once it, comes forth and enters the physical realm, or the worldly realm, not just in the spirit realm, but okay, it is here, it is happening, and what it's going to look like. Okay, so first, what is protecting your new idea, or what protective boundaries do you need to maintain? What is protecting your new idea? And guess what, y'all? The new idea is a new beginning. The new idea is a new beginning. Okay, it says it's a good time to start a new job or a whole new career. You have creative ideas that get noticed. Build a nest egg for the future. So these creative ideas that get noticed are connected to you being able to build a nest egg for the future. That's exciting. And then what's protecting your new idea? We have the arrow. And this card is from Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. The arrow. And it says surround yourself with protective energy. Okay? Place yourself in a space that feels safe. It says that God himself is going to show you who to trust, what to trust. Okay? Surround yourself with positive people, experiences, environments. Okay? This is the shell. This is the protection. This is the hard outer shell. It says, retreat to access what is beneficial for you. Retreat to access what is beneficial for you. So maybe you have yourself out there and you just, you just around, you're just going about life. But now God is saying that with this new beginning, it needs to be protected. So you need to only have yourself surrounded by people, places, and things that are beneficial to you. Okay? Because sometimes we be worried about everybody else. You good, you all right, you good. God is saying, no, make sure you're good. Okay? Make sure you're good. Make sure that whatever is going on, whatever you're doing, is beneficial for you. It's protective for you. And then, clarifying that, we have the stranger. Okay? The mutual aid of Good Samaritans. The mutual aid of Good Samaritans. These are those that you need to be surrounded by. Those that, people who agree that we should take care of one another. The same kind. Okay? The stranger represents potential compassion in a world of uncertainty. Okay? Now that we in a world, we can definitely, I can definitely relate to that. The world definitely feels like a place of uncertainty. Okay? But in this world of uncertainty, he's telling us to get with those who are the same kind as you. Okay? They like to take care of one another as well. The kindness of strangers. They demonstrate that assistance can come from least expected sources, bypassing cultural, social, and personal barriers. Okay? That's deep. And we do this by being vulnerable, with humanity, being helped and helpful, offering help with no strings attached. This allows for pure exchange of human compassion. And that's not as easy to find as it may seem, so that's why you got to get with your God. Okay? You got to be that spiritual seeker so that you can find these people in humanity who can support your new beginning, who are also morally, okay, let's look at that, morally, they value morals like you do. They're compassionate like you are. They also too have a sacred mission that you can support. Okay, they are also guardians of faith. People who are, believe in faith and having faith in God. Spiritual seekers. Okay, devoted to the inner path. Okay, they walk in by faith and not by sight. Meditation, insight, and practice. This is what they do. They practice meditation. They practice being insightful. They practice going within. Yeah, you want to be around those. This is what's going to protect your new beginning. There are also people who are like you, who are of high intellect. They have the ability to gather secret knowledge. They are aware, perceptive. They have, godly comprehension. Okay? And God is protecting you. The all-knowing one, the omniscience of God is protecting you. And it's protecting us. And we are one with this all-knowing God, knowing him on a conscious level, on a soul level. We are members of his body. And we are all sharing. We're sharing all the news and events that we witness. Yes, good Samaritans. And then this other card came out from the Song of Praise deck that I've created. And it says, make music to God. It says, God holds me, okay, with this protection. God holds me head and shoulders. So I see us sitting on God's shoulders. Those of us who have faith in him. Those of us who are, a part of his family. You know what I mean? A part of his mission. His sacred mission. God holds me head and shoulders above all who try to pull me down. What a mighty God I serve. It says, I am headed for his place to offer anthems that will raise the roof. Already I am singing God's songs. I am making music to God. That is Psalms 27 and 6. I am making music to God. That is for some of us a place of protection. When you are in worship, when you are lifting him up, singing songs, humming melodies, with him in mind, that lift him up. He lifts you up. Says so far up that he got you head and shoulders above all who try to pull you down. You really don't need any more protection than that, but he gives us one another. I'm so thankful. The more the merrier. But yes, this is the protection. When you are singing, when you are in worship, it creates an atmosphere, a shell around you that protects you and what you're carrying, okay, and what you're birthing. So somebody here could be a musician. You write music like David, like David. Because this is Psalms, and we know that David wrote the Psalms. I don't know if he wrote all the Psalms, but he wrote enough of them for us to say that is likely, very much so, David speaking. So you may resonate with King David and his mission, his sacred mission, his way of being, his way of doing. David loved to sing songs to God and to write psalms about him and about his. He was a journalist. Really. So yes, this is what's protecting you. This is what's going to protect you. This is what's going to protect your new beginning, your new job, a whole new career, whole new career. Your creative ideas are being protected. Your nest egg for the future protected. Because you are using your mind, your heart. Look at her. Using your heart, your mind, your soul, everything internal. To seek him, to ask, to seek, to knock, to commune. Yes, to commune wherever you are. And this is creating a new beginning. And one that is protected by God himself. You're using your high intellect, the ability to gather secret knowledge. Yes. Your thoughts, your memories. And this is like the congregation of believers, you know. It doesn't have to be in a building, you know, just in whatever atmosphere, like for here, like online, you know, wherever you are gathering with others who are also living by faith, walking by faith, and not by what they see in the natural, in this world that is uncertain. You see beyond that. You trying to know what God knows. Okay? I heard what they said, but God, what do I need? What do you know that I need to know? So I'll know. Okay? And in return, they will know. Those like me will know, because we are sharing all the news and events that we have witnessed or are witnessing. Even in this moment, witnessing. Place yourself in a space that feels safe. That's going to be your protection. The next card we got is the Mirror Guardian. So this is in the position of the white, the environment, the outside influences, the outside of resources, support systems currently surrounding your situation. Also, too, let me go back real quick to this clergy, because I have a little summary for it. It says, clergy represents the human need. So this is a human need for a dedicated moral guide, for a dedicated moral guide who maintains the connection to the sacred and ensures the continuation. I'm going to just say that. That's not what it says, but I can't pronounce it. But that's what it means. That ensures the continuation of sacred values, compassion, and communal worship. The human need, that's a human need to be dedicated, morally guided. We are those who maintain this connection to the sacred and ensure the continuation of those sacred values. It includes compassion and communal worship. Okay? We're in agreement. Those who are in agreement with you, we all agree that God is good all the time. And we sing about it and we write about it. Talk about it. All right. This mirror guardian. What's surrounding you? Excuse me. It says, take some time to reflect on your strengths and challenges. See, she's reflecting. And look like, you know, we can look at the angel as being watched by angels. We being watched and we watching. Time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. Recognize your gifts. It says the angels accept you just the way you are. Even when you're going through a challenging time, they still hold you in the highest esteem. Guardian, a female angel looking into the mirror of life, invites you to witness your spiritual strength. She wants you to see what she sees. She's inviting you to witness your spiritual strength and beauty, to see yourself as angels do. Okay? The mirror represents the fact that your core beliefs and ideas are in fact what is reflected back to you in the world. Your life is one big mirror of how you feel within. And I look at even this, what I'm doing here, you know, as a mirror of how I feel within. You know, when I got my cards on the table, you know, all the, you know, the evidence of asking, seeking, knocking on the table, I can see myself. I can see my God. I can see the challenges. I can see my strengths, my ability to overcome those challenges. You know, it's like getting a bird's eye view on life. The mirror guardian helps you recognize that. Recognize what? That your life is one big mirror of how you feel within. When this card appears, you are being invited to take some time to see where you are right now. Take some time to see where you are right now. It says you are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life, to take the time to note all of your recent experiences, the challenges you have surmounted, the strengths you have developed, and the lessons you have learned. Your angels want you to reflect on your strengths, in particular, those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. Offer yourself approval. Offer yourself approval where it is due. Okay? Not where it's not due, where it is due. And know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to as well. Don't say that they will, but they'll have the opportunity to agree. You know what? This is true. That is true. That's her. I've witnessed that about her. But the most important, whether they witness it or not, whether they see it or not, is that you see it. You take inventory of your strengths, okay, over the challenges that you've overcome. Who you are in the spirit, okay? And clarifying the mirror guardian, you have manifest. You are a manifester. And you could definitely manifest with music, writing things down, and then living them out. Let's see what it says. It says you have the power to manifest what you want. You have the power to manifest what you want by writing your intentions down, okay? And by taking inspired action to make them happen. It doesn't say to make them happen. It says by taking inspired action to make it happen. By taking inspired action to make it happen. What you're singing about, living it out. Okay? Acting like it. Your God songs that you sing. Manifesting with music. Best way. Best way. In my opinion. Best way for me. Even when I'm singing a song, it could be any song. It doesn't even have to be it could be a secular song. I can take a secular song, and I've done this, and you know, you make a cover for it. Y'all seen it done. But when you're just, you know, rehearsing and reciting and, you know what I'm saying, just making melody in your heart, agreeing with, this is what I believe. Yeah, before you know it, it starts to take shape in your life. Okay? Your thoughts become things. Your thoughts, your heavenly thoughts become those heavenly things in your reality. For you know it, it's heaven on earth for you. Okay? Because that's what you've been meditating on day and night. You know, this is what I want for me. This is what I believe for me. Manifested. You have the power. The mirror angel wants you to see that you have the power. To manifest what you want. To manifest what God wants for you. By writing your intentions, could be a scribe, by writing your intentions like David. We were talking about David was a journalist. Yeah, he journaled all the time. That's how we were able to read the Psalms, you know. He was journaling. His heavenly thoughts about God, about himself, about his world, about what he wanted to see, about what was going on, and about what he wanted to see. By writing down your intentions and by taking inspired action to make it happen. Like David said, I don't sit in the seat of sinners. Okay? I'm not in the way of sinners or sit in the seat of what I can't remember exactly what it says, but I ain't far off. He didn't just write that. Then he took inspired action to make that happen. He made sure that he wasn't sitting with those who weren't in alignment, who weren't like him. Okay. When we was talking about these arrows, he protected himself by only being with good Samaritans, people that was like him, Jonathans, people that was like him. He didn't take counsel from just anybody. Let anybody tell him any old thing. Clarifying the mirror guardian, take time to reflect, and manifesting. Taking time to reflect so you can manifest. We have the soldier and we have spiritual guidance. The soldier and spiritual guidance. See, David was a soldier. It says, okay, here we go with that taking inspired action to make it happen. Okay, the soldier is of high honor and integrity. It says the habit of living up to high moral standards, consistently incorporating all other core values into daily life rather than just in crisis. Integrity, doing what's morally right, what's ethically right, even when no one is watching. Adhering to principles rather than convenience. Making those personal sacrifices, okay, without expecting reward from man. You're doing it as unto the Lord, right? You got your eyes on him. You're doing it as unto the Lord, okay? In the company of those like you, with you, for you. It sounds like you might be getting ready to make it, okay, this is the new way of living, the new way of doing, the new way of being. Making those personal sacrifices without expecting reward from man. Okay? And then let me get with this spiritual guidance. It says you act as a navigator for life's journey. Okay? Here we go, seeing ourselves so we can be ourselves. Seeing ourselves so we can be ourselves. You act as a navigator for life's journey. You utilize internal and external signs to make progress towards a higher purpose. Okay? You utilize, what we said? It says, what was it? Oh, here it is in my hand. Utilize, that's the word that's sticking out to me. By taking inspired action to make it happen, by utilizing those internal and external signs to make progress towards a higher purpose. As a spiritual GPS, God's positioning system, you are like a compass that provides direction, comfort, and realignment when one drifts off course. The navigator is an inner guide, like the Holy Spirit, that provides direction, comfort, and wisdom. Always present, offering guidance, okay? Nurturing and protection, Okay, we go protection during challenges. That spiritual guidance, we was talking at first about needing that protection. Okay? That Holy Spirit on the inside, that GPS system internally, the internal and external signs that God gives, that God provides through others like us. And he gives some of us directly, like he giving it to them directly, and we get to share it. I saw this, it says sharing all the news and events we've witnessed. Yeah, I saw this. He said that. Yeah, I experienced this. I learned that. This is what that spiritual guidance looks like. Okay? And we are to utilize the internal and external signs to make progress towards a higher purpose. Yes, we are like a compass that provides direction, comfort, and realignment when one drifts off course. So that's to others. First to ourselves, and then also to others. People can see, oh, she didn't go that way. Oh, she didn't do what they did. Okay? And thank you, Lord, because a perfect example here, also clarifying, this first card came out was a blank card. And then I clarified that card. And we have, so I'm seeing this blank card as a clean slate. All of this is about manifesting. God is giving you a clean slate. What do you want? Okay, what do you want? What do you need? What do you want to see? It says restore. We want restoration. We want reconciliation. God, we want to be reconciled to you and be there forever. In your presence forever. So good in with you that we know what you know. It says, after you intercede for your frenemies, God will restore your fortune twice as much. It'll be a family celebration. Expect apologies. Expect changed behavior. Expect the generosity of God. This is Job talking, because I just know that story. And after he interceded for his frenemies, for his family, for those people that were surrounding him, who were not providing him with protection at the time, on one of the worst times of his life. So he had to intercede for them. He had to forgive them, because they was his wife, even they was working for the enemy. Okay, they was only God. It was only because of God that Job made it out of that time in his life where he was being spiritually attacked. Okay, by the devil, by the evil one. This is not a joke. God said, have you tried my servant Job? And it was on and popping from there. But Job stayed connected. That everything around him was saying, do this, do that, curse God and die. But Job stayed connected. Okay? He took counsel from God. It made him just go deeper into consulting God. Deeper. Okay? And it's the same thing for us. So that we can receive this newness, this blank slate, this clean slate, and be restored and be reconciled unto the Father. Ooh. Yes, Lord. I want to be made over. Because Job was an honorable soldier. That's why he said, have you tried my servant Job? Yeah. Job had a habit of living up to high moral standards. This is what he did consistently. He was always incorporating core values into his daily life rather than just in crisis, so that when the crisis came, when the crisis came, he was able to make progress. He was able to progress through that time by collaborating with God, with the wisdom of God. Yeah, God, he had to get with God, He had to get with God on the matter. What do you say, Lord? What must I do? He didn't know what was going on, but he stayed in touch. He stayed in touch with his star player. Yeah. He was going through hell and high waters. We'll read those in a minute. Going through hell and high water. Hell. But he stayed in touch with the Father. He kept seeking. He kept seeking that life, that vitality. That fire was burning off everything that wasn't God. Everything that wasn't like God within him. Yeah. He was brave. He had to be brave. He had to be sacrificial. Yeah. In order to come through that fire and not be burned. Come through that hell. All hell broke loose in Job's life. But the Father was there holding hands with him. Look at him. He's not alone either in the fire. Jesus right there with us. Like he was with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego when they went through hell and high water. Yeah. We're not alone. Take note of that. Take time to reflect how you have not been alone. God gave you the vitality. The will to live and not die. The strength to succeed and not fail. It was the Father all along. Yeah, he turned that fire into a passion. A passion. Something you could share with others. And experiences you can share. Now, if anybody else around Job went through what Job went through, same with David. Yeah, they knew they can go to either one of them and get some answers. Because they went through it. They lived through it. Yeah, but in your outside, in your environment, God says, be generous. A balance of giving and receiving is key. With the other good Samaritans. Those who are also giving and receiving. I can't even see that. But those who are also giving and receiving like you. It says, share your resources. Okay, here we go. Share your resources generously. Share what you know, what you've learned. Okay? Be generous with it. Knowing they will return in abundance. Knowing. Share generously. Share your resources generously knowing that they will return in abundance. Acts of kindness create harmony and strengthen connection. Yes. See? That's what we want to do, God, with this blank slate. We want our acts of kindness to create harmony. We want our acts of kindness to create, to strengthen our connections with those that we have who are like us, who are for us, who are not against us. Okay, we still looking in the mirror. We still taking time to reflect. I got a few more cards. before I get to that, but it says shedding. And then we got roll the dice. And then we got, again, gestures, okay, with that giving and receiving. And look like his hand is dusted with gold, okay? Yeah. Yeah, what we giving is golden, and what we receiving is golden. It says you will, knowing they will return in abundance. Okay, with shedding, it says you are starting to outgrow your work situation. You need to set higher goals and standards. Okay? You work well in healing and medicine. You work well in healing and medicine. It says, so roll the dice. Time to put yourself out there. You are hiding your talents, and it's time to take a risk and step into the spotlight now. With gestures, it says you may be asked to help someone, which we have been asked to help one another, or you may need a hand, okay, to receive help from someone. Give deserved praise to others. Deserve praise. We talked about deserve praise and giving yourself due credit and not needing to get that from others. You can offer that to yourself. You can give yourself credit when you know it is due. You know what you went through. You know what you've overcome. Okay? You know what you've experienced. David says here in Psalms 27:6, God holds me head and shoulders above all who try to pull me down. If you know that to be true in your life, declare it, decree, say it is so. Yeah. And you will receive recognition too. Okay? It says give deserve praise to others, and you will receive recognition too. Yes. We can do what God did for us. It says God holds me head and shoulders above all who try to pull me down. And we know somebody who needs to be uplifted, who deserves to be uplifted. We can do that for them. Say, no. I know them to be this way. I know them to be that way. Well, my experience with them was this, that, and the other. Okay? Yes. It says, give deserved praise to others, and you will receive recognition too. Okay? With that generosity. Giving and receiving. Giving and receiving is healing. Giving and receiving is healing. Okay? As you shed the old workplace where they probably didn't give. They didn't give you no credit. They knew it was due. Knew it was due. But didn't give it to you. Didn't want you to have it. They didn't want you to feel, they didn't want you to be head and shoulders above them. Okay? They started trying to pull you down. So we leaving, we shedding that old skin, stepping into this new wine skin, this new beginning. New beginnings. Okay? Begin again from a place of knowing from within who we are, who we're around, and what we're all supposed to be doing. Yes. Protecting ourselves. Okay, as we see ourselves clearly in life's mirror. And as we see others clearly in that mirror. And when we do this, all that giving, all that generosity, all that sharing, all that sowing, all that reaping. Ooh, look at them golden. Look at that golden hand on there. Yes, Lord. As we put ourselves out there. As we stop hiding our talents. As we start taking risk. As we start stepping into the spotlight. I got something to give. I can encourage. Yeah. I can compliment. I can give credit where it's due. You can be somebody that loves to do that. You know, just naturally, that's just who you are. So with progress, it says your plans are starting to take shape. Okay. This is the outer environment. This is the white part. Your plans are starting to take shape. This is about that support system. Okay. Your plans are starting to take shape. Opportunities are on the horizon. And the work you've done is beginning to show results. Trust the process and remain patient. Your vision is expanding and success is within reach. Success is within reach. Okay, you are manifesting. Success is within reach. You are making progress with the Three of Wands. It's time to look for those ships because they're coming in. They're coming in. You manifested it. Okay? Collaboration. I think this collaboration is Three of Pentacles. Teamwork, teamwork, teamwork. God is saying teamwork with those other good Samaritans. Teamwork. All hands on deck. Okay? Congregate together. Gather together. Be the wheat in each other's life. Nourish each other. Build each other up. Support each other. Protect one another. Because we all have a human need. To be dedicated, to be morally guided. To maintain the connection to the sacred. Okay, to maintain the connection to God and ensure the continue. Oh, I wish I knew how to say that word, but I ain't got time to listen to what it sounds like. Ensures the continuation of the sacred values. We ensure the continuation of those sacred values. That's why I'm rehearsing what David said, okay? To ensure that these sacred values continue. Values of compassion and of communal worship. What David said, I'm on my way right now. He said, I'm headed for his place to offer anthems that will raise the roof. Already I'm singing God songs. I'm making music to God. It says collaboration, teamwork, shared effort are bringing your visions to life. Okay? This is what's bringing our visions to life. Teamwork and shared effort. That's what's bringing our visions to life. Teamwork, shared effort is bringing our vision to life. Each person's contribution matters. By working together, you'll achieve success greater than what you could accomplish alone. Greater than what you could accomplish alone. That's why God's saying, hey, all hands on deck, roll your dice. Funny that these dice are gold, and then what's in his see the gold in his hands? Yeah. That's your talent. Seek guidance through tradition, teachings, or mentors. Like we're talking about David and Job. Those are my mentors. Some of my mentors. The whole Bible is full of mentors. Samaritan woman, the good Samaritan. The woman at the well is a good Samaritan woman. But yeah, it says seek guidance through tradition, teachings, or mentors who inspire you. The answers you need are grounded in tried and true wisdom. The answers you need are grounded in tried and true wisdom. By honoring these principles, you'll find clarity and direction. How will we find clarity and direction? Because we talked about the spiritual guidance with the GPS. Yeah, You're going to find clarity and direction by honoring these principles. Trust in the power of knowledge to light your way forward. Trust in the power of knowledge. Okay? Trust in the power of God's all-knowing. Okay? That God is with us. He's all-knowing. He's with us. Sharing with us secret knowledge. The mind of Christ, his intellect, how he thinks about things. Trust in the power of knowledge. And not just any knowledge. I just want to clarify that, For me, it's in the knowledge of God. God, what do you say? Okay? I need to know what you know. The omniscience. God's all-knowing consciousness. Soul to soul, God, tell me, show me, teach me. Like you did David, like you did Job, like you did the woman at the well, the Good Samaritan woman. Yeah, it says trust in the power of knowledge to light your way forward. The woman at the well didn't know which way to go. She didn't know which way to go. And this is just confirmation. You're progressing. It says it in the beginning of it and at the end of it. As long as you got to have those right collaborations, okay? Shed that old with the snake we saw. Everybody is snaky, sneaky, slinky. Okay? Shed it. Get with that new. So you can manifest new. Clean slate, blank slate, so that you can be restored. Pray for them. Pray for them, for those snakes, though. Lord, I hope they see. I hope they recognize. I hope they come to know you in a way that is beneficial for their life, because I'm definitely trying to know you and know what I need to do, for my benefit, for my family's benefit, okay? Because the snakes, that you was dealing with and working around and working with, they were not for you. They did not want you to benefit. They was always trying to pull you down, keep you down, hold you down. They did not want you to share your talents. They trying to keep you in hiding too. Yeah. But you outgrew them. You outgrew them. And now God is holding you head and shoulders above all of those who tried to pull you down. And because of that, you're using, all of everything that God has given you. Your prayer life to pray for your enemies. You're using your prayer life to pray for your enemies. Your ability to pray for those that, despitefully use you. You're using the gift of music that you have to worship God, to sing songs that worship him, honor him, give praise to him. Where it's due. Just where it's due. Yeah. Talking about what you're using to benefit you. And all of this is going to benefit you. Because when you give to God, he's definitely, he assures you, there is no way you can give to me and you can't receive it back, pressed down, shaken together, and have it running over. No way. Ask Job. No way. There's no way. He says, share your resources generously, knowing they will return in abundance. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. Shall I cause men to give unto your bosom? The same way you was given, he's going to cause it to be given unto you. And this is a lifestyle that we're creating. A new lifestyle, new way of being, a new way of living in this world. So that we manifest the things that we want to see. Restoration, reconciliation, And to God be the glory. Yes. As we protect the values, those sacred values, as we are compassionate towards one another, as we commune and worship, yes, it's going to be good for everybody involved. Your vision is expanding and success is within reach. By working together, you'll achieve success greater than what you could accomplish alone. That's why you say, roll your dice, get on out there, put your name in the hat. Okay? It's time to take a risk and step into the spotlight now. Right now. Yeah, me just knowing that, I was like, child, I ain't got time to be sick. But God was probably telling me that I needed to rest. Because you know what they say, absence make the heart grow fonder. I couldn't wait to get back. I couldn't wait. Okay? When it is my time to go again, I'm finna go. Oh, yeah. Soldier. God is saying, see yourself as a soldier, one of high honor and integrity. Because you this is a way of living for you, and he sees it. He sees everything that you're doing that nobody else sees. You're doing what's morally right and what's ethically right, even when no one is watching. Adhering to principles rather than convenience. You do it even when it's inconvenient for you. You do what's right even when it's inconvenient for you. Even when it's going to take you a little bit longer to do it because it's right to do. Yeah. You coming through to do it because it's right to do. Might not get nothing out of it. Hey, they might not tip you for it. It's okay. But because you see what needs to be done, you know what needs to be done, you have the ability to do what needs to be done, you do it. Knowing that might not be rewarded by them, but you will always be rewarded by God. Always. So you can never come up short. Okay, this is why God is holding you head and shoulders above all those who try to pull you down. This is what you do on a daily basis, not just when you're in crisis. Which is why God says, see yourself. Look back over your life. Get excited. Yes, that's what time it is. Time to reflect. Time to reflect on the manifestation powers that you have. He say, write the vision and make it plain so that those that read it may run with it. Write the song and make it plain, so that those that hear it, those that sing it, can benefit from it. Let me see what time it is. Okay. I think I'm going to stop it right here because we did 1 and 2. And then 3 would be the yoke, the core, the heart, the central theme, the seed, your true desires, that which is incubating within you. Stop it here, and then I'll be right back to continue.